4, 3, 2, 1.
Listen up, y'all, 'cause this is it. The beat that I'm banging is delicious.
From an early age, Fergie showed an unrelenting ambition for stardom.
It's what I'm supposed to do. Some people are supposed to be, cooks, or some people are supposed to be mothers. They were put on this earth, and that's what they're good at. For me, I'm an entertainer.
Her singing and acting talents were first put on display on the popular children's television show, Kids Incorporated.
Hold up. Check it out.
But the premature promise of a successful music career only resulted in disappointment, and Fergie struggled to find her place in the industry. Like many other child stars of her time, Britney, Christina, and Lindsay, to name a few, Fergie peaked too early and paid the price with a lost childhood and confused sense of self. And by the age of 25, all Fergie had left was a crippling drug addiction and a bunch of shattered dreams. When her first swing at a music career imploded with the collapse of Wild Orchid in 2001, Fergie was devastated. The failure was a crushing blow to her self-confidence. She became deeply depressed and developed a crippling addiction to crystal meth.
I went through a really unhealthy time in my life where I was just doing damage to myself.
It was painfully evident that she would have to turn her life around if she was going to survive.
There was one moment where it was like me and God, and I was like, all right, God, I can choose this path or choose this path.
Her childhood in the limelight had taught Fergie to suppress her emotions and alienate herself from others. But now she would have to face her insecurities head on, or suffer a cliched Hollywood fate.
It took one day for me to hit bottom to realize that, you know what? I'm not gonna choose this route. I'm gonna go, I have a God-given talent, I'm gonna use it for the good.
After a 2-week detox and a painful withdrawal process from meth, she moved back in with her parents and struggled to pay back the debts from years of hard living.
I had been a child actor and I'd made money doing that, and I had spent it all. So I moved back home. It was very humbling, and just started reading, writing, journaling, and I became more of a positive person in that light.
She may have given up her dangerous rock star lifestyle, but Fergie's passion for music was stronger than ever.
The minute I started applying myself and really focusing on me and doing some inner work, that's right around the time I started getting really back into what makes me me.
She had been a fixture on LA's club scene, a dance floor regular, and backup singer at many of the city's hotspots. And her involvement in that local scene led to a chance meeting with will.i.am of the Black Eyed Peas.
I don't need no sound to make my point. Get down and dirty, cause that's my joint.
I used to see them in hip-hop clubs back in LA.
Clubs.
Yep. And so I went to one of their shows and met Will that night, told him I was a singer, we exchanged number.
That's the joint, that's the jam. Turn it up and play it again.
The hip-hop trio, which included Apple Diab and Taboo, was wrestling with their own feelings of doubt and failure.
Right now we're just bombarded with the same stuff, and Black Eyed Peas just trying to bring something new to the ear.
Since forming in 1995, the band had released 2 albums, 1998's Behind the Front and 2000's Bridging the Gap.
Demand movement, improvement of core, relation of less material. The jacket and your suit doesn't make you lyrical.
Their original, progressive hip-hop style stood in stark contrast to the chart-topping gangster rap of the time.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world. Still.
But their moderate success had only led to frustration in a climate that didn't encourage the group's eclectic ambitions. Fergie was looking to revive her own music career when the Black Eyed Peas invited her into the studio as a guest vocalist. It was a golden, fateful opportunity for everyone.
We try to take it slow, but we're still losing control.
The guys were blown away by her performance on Shut Up. The one-off gig turned into a permanent offer to join the band.
You know, when they called me about this, I was shocked because I didn't expect it.
Fergie had been reborn from child star to failed girl group singer and finally to hip-hop princess.
It's weird how life takes you places where you never thought you were going to go. I never would have woken up and said, okay, one day I'm going to be a member of the Black Eyed Peas. But it just happened, and it's beautiful.
No, it's Fergie Ferg.
Fergie's role in the group became integral and highly visible. She was providing all the hooks.
My hump, my hump, my hump, my lovely little lumps. Check it out. No, 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 baby, no, 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 don't lie. No, 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 don't fuck with my heart.
She had an incredible stage presence. And most importantly, she was different. A rare blend of tomboy and girly girl, sexy siren and lovable goofball.
People's interest was sparked, and it started growing, you know, and with each song, you know, people discovered new colors and new flavors to the band.
The Black Eyed Peas finally had their mainstream crossover, and all of Fergie's dreams were coming true.
This is such a beautiful thing for me, and for the first time in my life, I feel completely whole, and I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be.
But with so much of the limelight now focused on the female frontwoman, many felt the Black Eyed Peas were less of a group and more of a Fergie showcase.
It was the same damn thing, same as this useless boy, you useless boy.
Taboo and Apple Diap's roles became less prominent, and critics began to speculate that the future of the band was in doubt.
She was like, whoa, wait a second, this is not the group. This is not the group I like. What the hell's going on? Here's a new girl in the group. Oh, it sold out. You know, whatever that means.
Fergie's profile reached an all-time high with the release of My Humps, a raunchy single that put her sexy persona front and center.
Cause of my hump, 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 my lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Critics absolutely hated the song, but it was everywhere. And when it became one of the biggest hits of the group's career, it seemed inevitable that Fergie would strike out on her own.